welcome to Rap Sports. I'm Gargi Raut, and joining me for this live show is Shomik Chakravarti. We have some latest developments here. Of course, for the past couple of days, we've been talking about the developments from the Pakistan Cricket Board. Last night and this morning as well, we brought you some news from what happened in the meeting between ICC, Pakistan Cricket Board, and the Bangladesh Cricket Board. But now we know exactly what Bangladesh Cricket Board's demands were in that meeting. Joining me, of course, is Shomik. Shomik, you have the latest developments. You know what really went down in that meeting between BCB and ICC officials. What were Bangladesh's demands here?
Gargi, I'm told by someone who is close to the development and who is close to the Pakistan Cricket Board chair also, that during yesterday's meeting when that it was and we have reported this, that the ICC delegation came to Lahore and Imran Khwaja, the ICC deputy chair, was there. Bangladesh Cricket Board was also represented by Aminul Islam Bulbul, their president. And what I'm told that the BCB placed a few charter of demands before the ICC delegation during that meeting. One of them is that Bangladesh wants their participation fee from this World Cup. Now, Bangladesh refused to come to India. ICC board decided by a 14-2 majority that will not alter the schedule. But Bangladesh refused to budge, and eventually Bangladesh was replaced with Scotland for this tournament. But what Bangladesh Cricket Board President Aminul Islam Bulbul said yesterday, that see, it was a government decision. It was not a decision taken by the Bangladesh Cricket Board. And even by ICC's clause, government intervention, government decision is a force measure. So it would be, we should be getting our participation fee. Now, this participation fee is match to match basis. The number of matches you play, I mean, it is in relation to that. It is directly proportional to that. But Bangladesh has demanded the exact amount hasn't been revealed, but Bangladesh has demanded a substantial chunk as compensation. But that is their demand. What I am hearing from the ICC side, maybe ICC might not be imposing any penalty, but it is a pretty tricky, and Bangladesh being given participation fee without turning up for a tournament looks unlikely. It looks unlikely, but it is their demand, and Pakistan Cricket Board has backed that.
You know, Shomik, neither of us are legal luminaries here. We don't know the exact processes, but here at this point, Bangladesh obviously will invoke the force majeure clause. They will say that, it was government instruction for us to not travel to India. But at this point, do you think ICC can sort of quash that and say that, okay, we did risk assessments and, our security agents found that there was no risk there?
Yeah, absolutely. And the ICC Security Agency and ICC's internal security assessment said nil to negligible threats at Indian venues. And even after that, Bangladesh didn't relent. So ICC are in much stronger position. Bangladesh, but then again, they are trying to be accommodated. They are trying to be accommodative, and in the sense, if through dialogue there is a resolution to the impasse, that is, everyone is looking for that only, because ICC, if it wants, it can play hardball. Absolutely, they have all the wherewithal to play hardball, but ICC is trying to be accommodative and inclusive, and they are not trying to marginalize its members. That is it. But ICC has a much stronger case, and once again, irrespective of the charter of demands, and I am also told that in the coming days, maybe today, tomorrow, there could be a press conference in Bangladesh also with Aminul Islam Bulbul addressing the media. There is a possibility also, and I'm also told that eventually, the way meeting happened, Bangladesh looked satisfied. Whatever they were told, I don't think ICC has committed to this, and Imran Khwaja can't commit it to anything because whatever it is, be it Pakistan, be it Bangladesh, he will have to take it before the ICC board. He cannot commit anything. He cannot assure anything because there are protocols to be followed. But what I am told that Bangladesh left the meeting, Aminul Islam Bulbul left the meeting satisfied.
Quite interesting, this entire development. The other thing, Shomik, that you told me off the camera as well, is that there were certain demands from Pakistan board. We were talking about, them. We were talking about three very important aspects of these demands. One was the handshake. One was revoking. Sorry, not revoking. Restarting bilateral cricket with India, and the third one was an increase in revenue share. But you are now bringing another latest development, which is that they want to play in Bangladesh when it comes to 2031 World Cup, which is the one that India is hosting.
See, Gargi, to start with, I question the veracity of that report, of that the demand for bilateral cricket. I question the veracity. I'm not at all convinced because I haven't heard anything like that. Nobody told me anything regarding the resumption of bilateral cricket, and for obvious reasons. Because bilateral cricket is not in the hands of either BCCI or PCB. It is the BCCI. It is the Indian government, and unless the BCCI getting an approval, getting the go ahead from Indian government, BCCI, nobody can say it is not. It is not a matter related to the cricket boards. It is for the government. Now the another demand, which is very interesting, at the meeting that was placed from the Pakistan side, that look, we have an understanding, we have an agreement ratified by the ICC board that until 2027 we'd be playing all our matches against India at the ICC events at a neutral venue. Please extend it to 2031 for another 4 years. Why another 4 years? 2031, India and Bangladesh will co-host a World Cup. Now, Pakistan want to play all their matches of 2031 World Cup at in Bangladesh, and that is the reason they want an extension of that hybrid thing for another 4 years. That is one thing. Once again, it is their demand, not necessarily that ICC will agree to that, but it is their demand, and now they are. But one development, we are not jumping the gun. We are not jumping the gun, and we are not at this point in time. We are not still. We are not committing yet. But I can tell you that the prospects of India versus Pakistan match happening on 15th looks pretty bright. Beyond this, I'm not revealing anything.
And finally, before we close the show, Gautam Das here is saying this is an interesting case. This should go to international court. The correct decision will come out. Do you think the Bangladesh issue will go up till CAS? Do you think something like that can happen?
The way things have been panning out of late over the last few days, I don't think we are heading toward. We are heading to Lausanne. I don't think
Yeah.
we are heading to Lausanne. I think through dialogue, this impasse will be resolved. There will be a resolution, and as I said, that I'm pretty hopeful. I'm pretty hopeful based on what I've been hearing from my sources. I'm pretty hopeful that uh, the India versus Pakistan game uh, on February 15th will take place. At this point, I can only say that I am hopeful. Although I have more inputs. But once again, we at Brave Sports, we don't want to jump the gun. We don't want to jump the gun. That's it.
Exactly. I think that we've summed it up pretty well. This was the latest report. This was all that is going on at the moment when it comes to Bangladesh Cricket Board. Obviously, when there are more details, when there are more reports, we'll come and tell you guys. But at this point, this is the latest development. Thank you so much, Shomik, for joining us and for giving us the latest developments when it comes to this issue. We will be back. Of course, Boria Mujumdar will be back at 5 p.m. and he will answer all your questions.